Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a workout for you on the reformer that is going to be focused on post-surgery, specifically a breast surgery. I did get a request for this. Now anyone can do this workout, but just know it is going to be very light upper body, a lot more stretching for our chest. And then this is a workout when you get cleared by your doctor to start doing very light workouts. Now, we are going to do just like normal leg work just because it is not our upper body, it's our lower body. And then for props, you do not have to use props, but if you want to add in, if you feel comfortable using very light weights, I have my bangles, which are 2 pounds each. If you feel comfortable grabbing a set of weights, either 1 to 2 pounds, I would go no higher than 2 pounds. You can grab a set of weights. If you don't feel comfortable using weights, you can just do the movement of your arms with no weights. Now, weights are going to start off to the sides. We're going to start with footwork today. So I'm going to go 3 heavy springs and a light spring with that. You can go lighter than that. You can go heavier than me for footwork. That's up to you. Foot bars are at the starting position. And then we're going to lie ourselves down. And when I lie down, I'm just going to set my weights off to the sides. The headrest can be up or down. That is up to you. And then once we get down onto our reformers, I'm going to take my heels onto my foot bar, parallel with each other, and they should just be about that sits bones distance away. So about that fist distance away from each other. Neutral spine here. We're going to inhale to push our carriages all the way out. And then I'm going to exhale, bend my knees to pull my carriage all the way back in. Again, inhaling as we push, exhaling as we pull back in. I want to think my legs are working as I push out. And then I'm engaging my core on my exhale as I bring my carriage all the way back in. Inhale away, exhale, pull back in. Let's do a few more here. Now, the next time we push out, we're going to hold our carriages out. We're going to bend, come halfway in, pause at this halfway point. On an exhale, I'm going to roll myself into my 12 o'clock position. So if you don't know what your 12 is, if you have a clock on your stomach, 12 should be pointed at your sternum, 6 should be pointed at your pubic bone. So when you roll into your 12, you're flattening your low back down, you're curling your pubic bone towards your forehead, and then we're going to roll into our 6, so that's our pubic bone. We're going to push our tailbone down and kind of over arc in our low back. So the carriage doesn't move, it stays halfway. We're going to exhale, roll into our 12, our flat back position, inhaling as we rock into our 6, that arc. Exhale 12, inhale 6. You should really feel your quads working here to stabilize that carriage. We're going to do one more 12. One more 6, bring it back into a neutral, push all the way out, bend your knees, come halfway in, pause, little pulses of that carriage at that halfway point. 3, 2, 1, all the way out, and then all the way back in. Okay, now once we come back in, we're going to go arches of our feet onto the foot bar. They're going to stay that same distance away from each other. Again, we'll inhale to push our carriage away. We'll exhale to come back in. Legs push. Engage your core on your exhale as you pull the carriage back in. Out. Exhale back in. Okay, we're gonna go for 2, and then last one. Halfway in, pause at that halfway point. Now on an exhale, I'm gonna roll past my 12 o'clock position. So I'm gonna go into a flat back position, roll my hips up about a fist distance up off the carriage, pause here, and then inhale, roll back down into a neutral spine. Carriage stays halfway. Exhale, roll past your 12 o'clock position. So you're lifting your hips slightly up. Inhale, articulate back down into your neutral. Exhale, roll past your 12s. Inhale back down into our neutral. Let's do 2. Again, you should really feel those quads. 1. Back into our neutral, push all the way out. Come halfway in, hold halfway, little pulses of that carriage. 3, 2, 1 all the way out, and then all the way back in. Okay, then we're gonna go toes, balls of our feet onto the foot bar. All 10 toes should be on. We're gonna push our carriage out once, pause. Lower heels underneath the foot bar, lift the heels high, bend our knees to come back in. We push away, we lower the heels, we lift the heels, we bend to come back in. Again, out, lower, lift, in. This lower and lift is at your own pace. So whatever you feel more comfortable with, out, 1 lower lift, and in. We'll do 3. And then last one. Okay, now when we lift the heels, we're gonna pause. We're gonna go halfway in, pause. Neutral spine, so don't let your pelvis move. I'm gonna lower my heels without my carriage moving, lift my heels back up. Lower the heels and lift. Keep the carriage, keep your pelvis still. Lower, lift, lower, lift. You should feel those quads. 3, 2, 1, keep the lift of the heels, push all the way out, keep the lift, come halfway and hold little pulses with those high heels. 3, 2, 1, push out, come all the way back in. Take your heels back onto the foot bars, slide them all the way out to the side so we're right into our wide second position. I'm going to flatten my low back down into the carriage, lift my pelvis about a fist distance up so we're back into that little pelvic tilt. Keep the hover of your pelvis. This time we're gonna exhale to push out, inhale back in. So I want most of the work on the way out with that exhale. Exhale, push, inhale back. Our pelvis stays again about that fist distance off of the carriage the entire time. Okay, let's do 2 and 1. Okay, now once we come back in, roll the spines down, bring it back into our neutral. Take your toes, balls of your feet back to the center of the foot bar parallel. We'll push our carriages all the way out, hold into a run, bend 1 knee, lower the opposite heel, switch, bend 1 knee, lower the opposite heel, and switch. Keep going with those runs. Nice high heels when you're on your toes, balls of your feet. Okay, then we're gonna lower both heels underneath the foot bar for a calf and Achilles stretch. And let's bring our carriages all the way back in, and then we'll carefully sit ourselves off to the sides of our reformers. Now, when we do sit ourselves off to the sides, the foot bars are gonna go all the way down. We are going to just keep the same springs on. It's just so our carriages don't move. We're gonna go into more of a core series, and then this is where we're gonna do a lot of stretching of your chest and your shoulders. I'm going to grab my bangles. Again, if you do not feel comfortable, you do not have to use weights. You can do everything without these weights. You can have hand weights or you can have bangles. It is up to you. And then once you get yourselves with your weights or without them, we're gonna just go ahead and lie ourselves back down onto our reformers. Okay, once we lie down, feet can either be on the wooden platform or they can be on the foot bar out in front of you. That is up to you. We're gonna find a neutral spine. I'm gonna take my weights into my hands, arms are gonna go up to the ceiling, and I like when the palms here are rotated towards each other, so just make sure that your palms are rotated towards each other. Okay, protraction and retraction, the range of motion for all of this is at your comfort level. So don't think you have to open out as wide as me when we do the chest opening. So we're going to inhale, reach our arms up to the ceiling. The head should stay down. On your exhale, your shoulders come back down into the carriage. So make sure the head stay down. Inhale, the arms reach up. It's like somebody's pulling our arms up, and then we exhale to let our shoulders come back down. Keep going. Inhale, reach, that's your protraction. Exhale, come down for your retraction. Inhale up and exhale. Again, let those shoulders come back down. Keep going. We're gonna go for 2. And then last one, inhale up and exhale down. Now palms are gonna stay rotated towards each other. Again, range of motion is 100% up to your comfort levels. We're gonna inhale, open our arms out towards the sides of the room. Again, weights or no weights, that's up to you. Exhale, arms go right back up towards the ceiling. Inhaling as you open your arms wide. Exhale as you let your arms come back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, open. Feel free to hold out as long as you want. Exhale, arms back up again. The palms should be staying rotated towards each other the entire time. We're going to do a few more. And then last one here, inhale, open. And now exhale, close. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into gold post arms. Again, watch your range of motion, weights or no weights. Palms rotated towards each other right now. I'm gonna start to bend my elbows at a 90-degree angle. Palms are gonna rotate up to the ceiling, and my forearms are gonna be parallel towards the ceiling. So gold post arms, that should be a really big stretch in your chest. And then on your exhale, arms are just gonna go right back up to the ceiling. So bend your elbows wide at a 90-degree angle. Palms rotate up to the ceiling. Your forearms should be parallel. Gold post arms here. And then when you're ready, you can exhale and let your arms go back up. Again, range of motion might not be as big as mine. So as wide as you can go with your comfort levels and then back up to the ceiling. Every time your hands come back up, make sure that your shoulders are just about, or your hands are just about shoulder distance away. So hands shoulder distance away when those arms reach back up. Feel free to hold out as long as you want. Should be a pretty big stretch here. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And then last one, inhale, open. And exhale back. Okay, now once we come back, I am gonna just bring my arms up towards the ceiling, and then our palms are gonna be rotated towards our foot bars now. Neutral spines. And then again, weights or no weights, up to you. Knees are gonna go up into a tabletop position with our legs zipped together. We're gonna move into some ab curls here. So on an exhale, I'm gonna bring my arms down to my hips as I curl up towards my bra line into my abdominal curl. And then I'm gonna inhale, return my arms. Make sure that they don't go past your shoulders or right over your shoulders, shoulders heads down. Exhale, curl your chin to your chest, come right up to your bra line, neutral spines. And then inhaling as we return back down with control. Exhale, nod and curl up. Inhale, return back down. We're gonna do 3 more. And on the last one, we are going to hold ourselves into our curls. Exhale up. Inhale, return. And then last one. Now again, we're gonna hold ourselves here. Keep your arms hovering at your sides. We're gonna inhale, dip the right toes down towards our foot bars. Exhale, lift. Dip the left toes down. Exhale, lift. Again, inhale as we dip. Exhaling as we lift. We're engaging our obliques to pull each knee back up into our tabletop position. If the necks are an issue, heads go down. One more right, one more left. Both knees tabletop, they're zipped together. Inhale, dip both toes down. Exhale, scoop into your abs to lift both knees up. Inhale, hinge at the hips to dip both toes. Exhale, lift. Again, neutral spines the entire time. Arms stay long at your sides. Inhale down, scoop into your core to lift. Let's do 2 and 1. Okay, relax your feet. Let your arms go down, let your shoulders and heads go back down. And then if you want to give your knees like a little sway from side to side, you can. We're going to do leg extensions next. Again, at any point, if the necks are an issue, heads can go down. Arms are back up to the ceiling, knees are up into our tabletop position, legs are zipped together, neutral spines. Exhale, curl back up into your abdominal curl hold here. Inhale, reach your right leg out to a challenging level. We exhale to pull in. Inhale, left leg out. Exhale as you pull back in. Again, think single legs. You are engaging your obliques to pull back in. Keep your arms long at your sides. One more with the right leg. One more with the left leg. Out. In. Now inhale, both legs reach out to a challenging level. Pull both legs back in. Again, I'm holding. My neutral spine as my knees come back in. I'm thinking 2 inches underneath my belly button, draws into my back as I pull my knees back out. Exhale in. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, relax your feet, your arms, and your head. Again, if you want to give yourselves a little stretch, you can give it a little stretch. And then the last thing for core will be some straight legs, and then we're going to keep going with some arm work. So let's reach our arms up to the ceiling, bring our knees up into a tabletop position, and then they're going to go straight up to the ceiling from here. Still in our neutrals. Let's curl back up into our abdominal curl pause. Right leg lowers down. We exhale to lift. Left leg lowers. Exhale again as you lift each leg back up. We'll do one more right, one more left. Last one on the left. Now we're gonna lower both legs down and inhale. Scoop into your low abs to lift. Inhale, lower both legs. Exhale, lift. Think draw your abs in and up to lift. 3, 2, 1. Okay, bend your knees, relax your feet, arms down, heads down, and give it a little stretch. Now, we're gonna keep going with some knees and tabletop with arms. If you don't feel comfortable keeping your knees in tabletop, you can just keep them down onto the platform or the foot bars. Arms are gonna go up to the ceiling, palms are rotated again towards the foot bars. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with the knees up, keep your feet down. But if you feel fine, pick your knees up into a tabletop position, legs up together. Heads are staying down. I'm gonna exhale to bring my arms down towards my hips. Inhale as I return back up. Exhale, pull down. And then inhaling as we return. Again, weights or no weights, it is up to you. Every time I bring my arms down to my hips, I'm drawing my abs in and inhale back up. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and then last one. Now when we go down to the hips, we're gonna pause. We're gonna open our arms out to a T. Don't go wider than your T. Reach back up to the ceiling over your shoulders, shoulder distance away. We go down to the hips, out to a T, back up to the ceiling, down, circle the arms around and back up, down, around, and up. Let's do 2. Last one. Now when we come back up, pause at the top, reverse, open your arms out to a T, go down to your hips, right back up to the ceiling. T, hips, and ceiling. Keep your legs zipped together if they are in that tabletop position. Bra line stays down. Movement comes right from your shoulders. Make sure, again, arms don't go past the T. Last one here. Back up, relax your feet, and then we are going to just go ahead and set our weights off to the sides. Now, I'm gonna take my shoulder blocks into my hands. If you don't feel comfortable opening your arms wide out to the sides, you can keep your elbows up towards the ceiling. But if you feel comfortable, try to open your arms as wide as you can get them. My feet are gonna stay down with my legs together. I'm going to inhale, sway my knees to the right side of the room. My hip and my back are gonna come up. I'm gonna look to the left side, pause here, should be a pretty big stretch. And then we're gonna exhale, pull back center, and look back up to the ceiling. Same thing to the left. You sway to the left, hip backs come up. You look to the right, you hold here, and then you're exhaling to bring your knees back. Now we're gonna continue these little knee sways, side to side. The head should be looking the opposite way that the legs are going. Take them at your own pace. We're gonna do one more right, one more left with those knees. Okay, now once we come back, arms are just gonna go back down to our sides, and then we're gonna carefully sit ourselves off to the sides of our reformers. Now, when we sit ourselves off to the sides, I am gonna go on to a heavy and a light spring. And then I'm gonna move my foot bar back up to the starting position. We're gonna go back into some lower body work, and then we are gonna do like one core series, and then after that we'll do lower body and then back into core, and then we'll give ourselves a little stretch. So one heavy, one light spring. Stand to the left side of your reformers. So if you're facing the foot bar, the right side of your body is closer to the carriage. Both hands are gonna go onto the left side. My right foot is back onto the shoulder block closest to me, and my left foot is scooted back away from the foot bar. So I'm like probably a foot and a half away from the foot bar with my left leg. I'm bending my left knee slightly, and I'm sinking my butt just back towards my hip slightly, neutral spine. I'm gonna push my carriage out with my right leg in, out with my right leg in, and that's the only thing I want moving is my right leg out and in, out and in. I'm digging my heel in to the shoulder block, and I'm squeezing my glute as I push, resist, push, resist. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come all the way back in. Carriage comes back in. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna keep my left hand where it's at. My right hand is gonna go wide. My right foot goes to the shoulder block furthest away from me. I'm gonna push my carriage out with my right. My chest is over the foot bar. Step your left foot up onto the shoulder block, and you are just holding a plank. Legs long, abs in, butts are down. Then we're gonna carefully step the right foot off to the side. Bring your carriage back in. Left hand and foot now go closer towards your body. I'm gonna step my right foot just a little further back. Neutral spine, sink my butt back. Go out with the left, in. Out with your left, in. Exhale, push. Inhale back. Exhale out. Inhale back. Think squeeze your glutes as you go out. Okay, we're gonna go 3, 2, and 1. Then once it comes back in, pause. Right hand stays, left hand goes wide, left foot goes to the shoulder block furthest away. Push out with your left, chest over the foot bar, hop your right foot up. Again, hold your planks. Legs long, abs in, butts are down. Hold, hold, hold. 2, 1. Carefully bend your knees and come down. Okay, I'm gonna take my feet just like right into my headrest. I'm gonna scoot my knees back. Range of motion again is to your comfort levels. I'm gonna keep my hands just on the foot bar, and I'm gonna drop my chest down towards my springs to open up and stretch. If you don't feel comfortable here, I would prefer you just to take your hands onto the carriage, elbows wide, and stretch here. Again, if you don't feel comfortable taking your hands over your head there. Okay, go ahead. We're gonna sit up. We're gonna change to a medium spring, and then everything else is going to come off. And then we are going to rotate on our reformers, and we're gonna face the back, so the straps. When you rotate, your knees are gonna be up against the shoulder blocks. Again, this is gonna be pretty light core work. If you don't feel comfortable, because we will be using the lats to stabilize us here, If the medium spring feels too heavy, please switch to a light. Instead of the medium, you're still gonna get core work no matter what. I'm gonna take my hands onto the frame. I'm in my 4-point kneeling, so shoulders over hands, hips right over the knees, neutral spines. My arms are gonna stay in the same position. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis and pull my carriage in with my core. My butt sinks back towards my heels, and then I'm gonna inhale, let my carriage go back out. That's it. Exhale, tuck and pull, and then inhale to return back out. Again, I'm drawing my abs in, and then inhale, return. Again, if that feels too heavy, go to a light spring instead of the medium, especially if it feels too heavy. And when I mean heavy, I mean like too heavy for your arms to hold you in this position. Exhale, pull, and inhale, return. We're just gonna do 3 more. And 2, and 1, and return. Okay, now once you come back, pause. Both hands go to the right side. I'm gonna slide them back just a little closer to my body into obliques. You're gonna tuck, pull in, and then inhale, let the carriage go back. Again, range of motion is pretty small here. My butt goes back towards my heel. You should feel your right obliques working to pull in and then returning back out. Exhale, tuck, pull, and inhale, return. Use those obliques to pull the carriage in and out. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then both hands go to the very left side, and then it's the same thing on the left. I'm gonna tuck, pull in, inhale, return, exhale, tuck, pull, inhale, return. Again, I am engaging my left obliques to pull the carriage in and out. Arms are not moving. They're just holding me in the same position. My butt is going back towards my heels every time I pull and return. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, pause with your carriages all the way back in. Take both hands wide onto your carriage, so on both sides, and then into a little cat-cow. We're gonna push into our palms, tuck our pelvis round through our spines, and then we're gonna inhale, drop down, belly out, tailbone, belly down, tailbone out, eyes forward. Tuck the pelvis round through your spine. You should feel your scapula draw away from each other. And then on our inhale, when we drop down, we should feel our shoulder blades pinch together. Exhale, round through your spines. Inhale, dropping back down. Okay, one more cat, one more cow. And then bring it back into your neutral and sit off to the sides. Okay, now we're gonna go to 2 heavy springs for feet and straps. You will need to grab your straps behind you. If yours are hard to grab like mine, I would hang them up onto the peg so it's easier to grab, just because my pegs are like underneath my reformer. So if they are under, you can hang them up onto your strap so it's easier to grab. If they're in an easier place, you can just keep them where they're at. 2 heavies, foot bars are in the same position, lie down, and then headrest can be up or down. So we're gonna grab our straps off the pegs. You're gonna push out with your legs. You're gonna go 1 strap on 1 foot and then the other strap on the other foot. Legs will go up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Feet are parallel with each other. I'm gonna exhale, lower my legs straight down towards my springs. Bra line stays heavy. We inhale to hinge back up. We exhale to pull down. And then when we inhale and we hinge, our sacrums are staying heavy. So we're able to hold our neutral spines the entire time. I'm drawing my abs in as I pull. We're gonna go for 2 more. And then last one, exhale, lower, and then inhale, hinge. Okay, external rotation, so heels together, toes are turned apart. Legs go down to a little lower than a 45-degree angle. Inhale, bend your knees in for your frogs. Exhale as you push your legs back out. Inhale, bend. Exhaling as we stretch. When your heels are together and your toes are turned apart, your toes only need to be out about a fist distance, probably a little wider than a fist distance, like a fist and a half. They don't have to have a super wide external rotation. Inhale in, exhale to push. I'm gonna do 2. And then last one. Now when I push out, hold. Heels are still together, toes are still turned apart. We are inhaling to open our legs out towards the sides of the room. Stay in the same plane as you bring your heels back together. Inhale, open. Exhaling as we close. Using those adductors to zip our legs together. Inhale out. Exhale back. This is the last one. Then when I zip my legs together, I'm going to pause, bring my feet parallel, hinge at my hips, my legs go up just as high as I can hold my neutral spine. We're going to open them out to the sides, go down and around, zip them together, and then hinge to come back up. Again, leg circles, maintaining our neutral spines. And I always like to make my circles as big as I can get them just so I can really open up my hips. 2 more in this direction. Last one. Then when we come back up, we'll pause and reverse. So we go straight down, we open wide out to the sides to circle our legs around and back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale as we circle around and up. I'm gonna do 1 more. Then when we come back up, low backs can be flat, bottoms of the feet can come together, heels high or low. You can pull your straps, push your knees away from you, whatever feels good to give your legs a nice stretch. Okay, then we're gonna take our straps off of our feet. You can hang them back up onto the shoulder blocks or the pegs, wherever you feel more comfortable. And then we're just gonna sit ourselves off to the sides for just 1 more stretch. Now, we are going to just sit on our reformers. You are going to take your hands behind your back, lace your fingers together, and then from here, sit up tall. I'm gonna start to just lift my arms up as high as I can go. It does not have to be, again, a big lift. The range of motion is up to you. This should be a really big stretch for your chest here. We're gonna hold for 4, 2, 1, and then we can bring our arms back down, relax. Okay, unlace your fingers, give your shoulders a few rolls back. We are all finished with that class. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.